So, what does it mean to be remarkable? Hi everyone. Welcome back to the Creative Exploration series. I apologize for a bit of the hiatus that happened, but I needed to finish Color Jumper and there was just no free time anywhere for me to do it, so I had to put some things on hold. What I wanted to talk about today is my closing message for all the Creative Exploration episodes, and that is be remarkable. And I wanted to talk about what exactly that means to me and why it's so important to the things that I do. And I think this is important for any creative person who wants to build a portfolio or a following online, because what I mean by being remarkable is by making things that are unique and special and interesting and worth talking about, worth remarking on. And I think that's the core of what I wanted to talk about today, is just being able to make something worth remarking on. And there's really no problem with doing something that might be considered generic or, basic. It's just that's not usually something that gets attention, that gets people talking about what you do. Now, this is often kind of talked about as word of mouth, but I almost kind of feel like this is more gossiping, talking about something, informing somebody else on something that you know and they don't. And that story can be so very important to what you do, whether that's, he started writing music at 6 years old, or he makes a video game every week. And that doesn't mean that the product has to be good, but that means that the story is good, and that story is worth remarking on, worth telling other people. And I think that that's very, very important when you're trying to build an audience, trying to build people that are interested in your work. They have something to talk about. They have something to convey your ideas rather than just, like she makes good music. And that's always a good recommendation, but it's not a story. It's not gossip in the same way. You're not as compelled to go out and tell other people that, because that doesn't necessarily impress other people when you tell them that. But if you have some interesting knowledge, like paints while hanging upside down or something, something crazy like that, that's worth remarking on. That's worth talking about. And that's what's going to get people to talk about you. And I mean, in a lot of ways, this relates very heavily to finding your own style. I think that has some very strong parallels there, because this isn't something that you consciously jump into. This is something that you kind of find on your journey with making art. It's something where you try a lot of things and find things that you're comfortable with, and then you just kind of roll with that moving forward. And eventually you kind of cultivate your own style and bring it into a cohesive whole. So really it's something you more discover than invent, and that's very, very related to your style as an artist as well. In essence, being remarkable is really just being unique. Going out and finding your own particular style, something that works directly for you, and not worrying about following in somebody else's footsteps. And it's important to emulate artists that you like, but at some point you have to kind of break out of whatever mold that they generate and create something of your own, something unique for you. And I think once you get to that point, you can start being remarkable. You can start building an audience based off of your own work rather than finding people who like the artists that you like. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to denigrate that at all, but it's important to try to find your own style and find the things that make you remarkable and embrace those, rather than just doing what everybody else does, because that's not going to really get you noticed in the same way. So that's really all I had for this episode. I am really glad to be back. It's great to make these episodes again, and I hope to get back on a weekly schedule. Things are a little nuts right now, but it's getting a little bit more calmed down, so that's good. So again, thank you so much for watching, and as always, and thank you so much to these amazing Patreon supporters who have helped so much over the past couple months get Color Jumper out and supporting all of these Creative Exploration episodes. You guys are amazing.